Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we saw the trailer for the upcoming Godzilla Kong, the new Empire movie, and man, oh man, are we excited and kind of hopeful that this is the film in which Kong finally becomes King Kong. But until he does, we have to settle with watching the Viper playing as the Khmer or the Khmer in blue, taking on MbL playing as the Aztecs in purple. Now, while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings with adorable Instagrammable sheep and scouts of all kinds and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP, why don't we take a look at the civilizations we'll be watching today? You know, the Khmer, the Khmer, I interchange the pronunciations. I think both of them are right. But in any event, the Khmer, a civilization that focuses on some of the heaviest hitting units in the game. Their scorpions come with extra range and can be upgraded to shoot a second deadly bolt. Their battle elephants move faster and can be upgraded to hit even harder with a +3 attack boost. And their unique unit, the Viper losing control of the board there for a second. Their unique unit, quite possibly one of the most annoying, hardest units to deal with head on. I am referring to the ballista elephant, which is exactly as it sounds, an elephant with a big old giant ballista mounted on its back that, like the scorpion, can be upgraded to shoot a second bolt as well. Now, in order to take advantage of these bonuses, upgrade super powerful units, the Khmer have to get their butts up to Castle and Imperial Age ASAP with a lot of food in the bank. So to help them do this, they do come with a few quirky features. First, they don't need any structures to go up to the next age, meaning as long as you've got the resources, as long as the Viper collects 500 food right now, he doesn't need a secondary structure. Take a look at the top right of your screen where my mouse is. You'll notice MbL has two house-like structures. One of them is lit up because he already has a lumber camp built. The Viper doesn't have that at all. The Khmer can do whatever the heck they want, whenever the heck they want. And so as long as the Viper gathers 500 food, doesn't need to build a secondary structure, although it looks like he might just build a mill in any event. Now, second, once you reach whatever age you reach, whether it's feudal, whether it's castle, whether it's imperial, you have access to all structures available, all buildings available without any prerequisites, which means, for example, you can build a siege workshop without a blacksmith, you can build an archery range or a stable without a barracks, and the list goes on. Lastly, Khmer farmers, some of the most badass in the game because they don't need to drop off food anywhere. No mill, no town center required. As long as they are tilling their fields, they can basically gather food from a farm anywhere. The way that works is as long as a villager is farming, the food count just goes up 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. I believe, though, in exchange, the farmers are a little tiny bit slower than other farmers. But what that essentially means is the Viper, if he wants to, can build a farm right here and not have to worry about having to drop off the food as long as the farmer's there. Basically gathers food for free. Now, lastly, the Khmer villagers, the settlement is harder to raid because their villagers can hide and abscond and garrison inside these houses. And once the danger has passed, they can come back out and get to work. Now let's pivot our eyes to the south of the map where MbL, playing as the Aztecs in purple, continues to get his settlement up and running with a very early mining camp in Dark Age. Now the Aztecs, what I like to call a warrior monk civilization. Their monks gain 5 hit points for every tech that's researched, so a fully upgraded Aztec monk comes with a massive 95 HP, and thanks to the new devotion technology, that's going to go up to a rounded 100 HP for a monk compared to the usual 30 or 45. Now, to help with the gold cost of upgrading your monks, because that's a pretty damn expensive endeavor, any relics collected by the Aztecs, any of these bad boys, generate 33% more gold. Now, on the battlefield, Aztec military units are produced 11% faster. Their skirmishers can be upgraded to have extra range and attack, and their infantry can be upgraded to get a big old +4 attack boost, which does help out with their unique unit, the Jaguar Warrior, an overall middle-of-the-road infantry unit that comes with a pretty damn powerful attack bonus against other infantry. Now, to support their military production, Aztec villagers from the very get-go carry 3 extra resources, and they do start the game with 50 extra gold, so they basically either get loom for free, or they can train 2 extra militiamen to go and harass their opponents. Let's see if that's an option that our Aztec is going for. Heading up to Feudal Age, 40 seconds away, over a minute ahead of the Viper, but look at the Viper. He is starting to gather a serious amount of food here. We'll see what that's for. Does he want to put on Feudal Age aggression? Does he want to rush up to Castle Age? Do both of these players want to rush up to Castle Age and give us a nice little treat with a very fast castle timing? Let's see what MbL decides to do once he hits Feudal right now. Immediately, archery range being plopped down. The Viper, by the way, sees it, has discovered where his opponent's base is, and now I'm assuming he's going to do his usual, or I should say the usual, wide berth around your opponent's base. It looks like the Eagle has done the exact same thing, discovering a few houses, seeing that your opponent... Actually, no, never mind. He hasn't seen the villagers. Okay, now he does. Get just a little bit of a snippet of what's going on. Let's take a look at the resources while the Viper also clicks up to Feudal Age, still about 20 seconds away. For him, the primary gold a little exposed off to the side. Primary stone nice and secure in the back. And he's got 1, 2, 3 never shredded wheats. Okay, so I guess he's going to eat some shredded wheats because these are forests placed in the north, south, and west portion of his settlement. And look at that. The Viper is already heading up to Castle Age. Did not even have to sell any stone at the 10-minute mark of the game. And by the way, do you notice any Feudal Age structures on this blue portion of the map? Not a single one. That is the absolute insanity, bonkers power of the Khmer, the Khmer. By the way, a channel that I follow, Morley Games, has a build order for the Khmer. If you're interested in hitting, I don't want to speak out of turn, I think it's like 11 minutes or 12 minutes hitting Castle Age. So a little bit quicker than the Viper here, who is going to hit Castle at around the 13-minute mark. I forget if it's 11 or 12, but it was about, I think, a month or so ago. And it is just a fantastic build order that does allow you just basically like the Viper just did, essentially just skip Feudal Age. At the same time, it looks like the Viper did rack up 1 kill. Looks like this scout got it. We'll have seen it in picture. Enough about the Khmer. What is our Aztec doing? Still doesn't have a secondary structure for his Feudal Age. He is going to get completely sideswiped when in 25 seconds his opponent is going to hit Feudal Castle rather. And by the way, the Viper knows that these Eagles are here. He sees them with the houses, so he is not indicating what direction he wants to go. I mean, generally, I don't want to... I hate predicting things. Okay, never mind. He's going economy. And now MbL must be scratching his head saying, okay. I mean, I've got a few spearmen. I've got a few scouts. I've got a few archers. What the hell is going on? How are you in Castle Age? Oh, that's right. You're playing the Khmer. Now, in the Morley build order, I believe it is knights, fast knights. And so the Viper here doing an amazing job. Like I was about to say before, the Viper so nastily interrupted me by playing the game I'm casting. Oh no. Oh no, these villagers are exposed. As I was about to say, he is not signaling to his opponent what direction he wants to go. Now, I'm surprised the Viper is taking this fight, although maybe not too surprised. He can't, remember, garrison the villagers inside. Why am I surprised? One quirk about garrisoning villagers in houses, they do not regenerate HP. So they are basically stuck with whatever they have, and that's exactly what happens when you F around and you find out. As now both players... Actually, no, they haven't even up. The MbL has still, does have 1 more kill than his opponent. He is nowhere close to going up to Castle Age. He is doubling down on Feudal Age aggression. He is spending more gold, more wood on archers, and the Viper... Okay, this is it. This is the similar to the Morley build where it is fast castle into knights. I'm starting to get a little worried here for MbL. We might have a sub 20-minute game on our hands all of a sudden. But the Viper did manage to save 3 of those 4 villagers. That being said, now these Eagle Scouts, they're not in Castle Age yet, where I believe they do get a bonus against cavalry. So right now they're still at a 0. The Viper's gonna have to be very careful. His food is very exposed. He's choosing to build around the town center. I'm assuming if I could whip out my Professor X. What was it? What's the name of that helmet? Oh, what's the name of that that room that Professor X has where he can basically send his mind out into the world and read everybody's mind. I forget the name of that. Oh, this is gonna kill me so bad. If I had to look into the Viper's brain, I would assume he's building farms around the town center so he can garrison these villagers quickly. But really, there is no reason to do that. He could literally build the farms out here if he wanted to, away from the prying Aztec eyes that are now also heading up to Castle Age. So the Viper here rushed his butt up to Castle Age. To do that, you have to cut corners. As you can see, 28 villagers to 36, even though he's got 2 town centers. More and more knights are coming out. And take a look at the top left of your screen, by the way. Look at that food count going up. That's how the Khmer work. That is just incredible. You just go up a unit, up a unit, up a unit. But again, I want to confirm. I do think their farmers work a little... I think they work 5% slower, 10% slower. One of those. Welcome to Cast of Empires, by the way. If this is your first time joining us in a cast where the caster doesn't know what the hell's going on and doesn't know the specifics of the game. I'm kidding, of course. I think it's 5%. I think it's 5%. So the Viper... I don't know what to make of this. MbL basically responded to this perfectly. He didn't panic. He didn't turtle up and sit back and wait for a bunch of knights who, by the way, look at their HP. Absolute dog shit. 48 HP on 3 knights. Now, he does finally manage to clear this all up. But look, another knight with 2 HP. Get a monk out, my man. No, forget the monks. He is going with a stable. And our Aztec is in castle as well. What I was about to say as, oh my god, I can't believe, I really do interrupt myself so much. MbL, I think, played this perfectly. Which is, you know, of course, in hindsight, easy to see. He didn't sit back, he didn't panic, he didn't rush up to Castle Age himself. He put on the aggression to keep his opponent basically stuck on his side of the map. This is about as far as a Khmer unit has ventured out of the Khmer settlement since that first scout popped out in Dark Age. This is literally the furthest the Viper has ever gone outside of his town center with a unit in the last 11, 12, 13, 14 minutes, something like that. Monk has to come out. He's got to heal these units. I mean, you can't even engage into a Feudal Age army. That's how weak you are. You've got 59 HP. What the hell are you going to do against 3 spearmen? A 3rd town center going up for our Aztec. Let's take a look at his base in the meantime. So he's added a market and a blacksmith. One of them helped with the archery range to go up to castle. Now he's got monks of his own. Oh yeah, let's see ballista elephants. Let's see Aztec monk. Let's see a fully upgraded elite ballista elephant take on a fully upgraded 95 HP monk. And let's see it, the battle that ensues in the chaos as units trade hands. For now, he is healing up his units, but it is going to take a pretty darn long minute to heal 6. What actually, no, what's 720 minus 200? 520 HP. So what is that? About 3.5 minutes needed for one monk? Okay, never mind. A second one comes out, changes the dynamics. And MbL is just returning home. Okay, he's seen enough. He knows what the play is. He doesn't really need to be here to stick around to see exactly how many knights. He knows knights are coming. And now the Viper's original scout, which is now a light cavalry unit, is going to go and see for the first time in a long time what the hell his opponent is up to. His opponent plopping down a town center. Is this distractionary? No, he sees the one to the south. Oh, monk has to be so careful. Light cav only need 2 love taps to kill a monk with that +6, 10, +10 attack bonus against monks. That being said, the Viper's kind of stuck here with his scout. But using the mobility, the maneuverability, okay, you can. I mean, he's gonna risk it for the biscuit, and he still might get it. He gets it. That is how insanely quick. This is why I always mention on arena games, you can build as many spearmen as you want. You can have your own light cavalry, your own scouts, whatever the hell you want. But their maneuverability, their ability to just run around and deke and so quickly snipe these monks makes them such a terrifying counter to the monks. 1 monk left on the map here for our Aztec. No relics for either player. And now the Viper has had enough. These units are almost hale. Only 32 more HP until they are perfectly healthy. And oh my goodness. 4 stables for our Khmer. Our Aztec might want to get the pikeman upgrade, might want to get the crossbow upgrade. I mean, something? Get something. Hello? This is now the issue for MbL, is that he ran home. I said he doesn't care how many units or how many knights are going to come at him from the Viper, but I thought at least he would be able to upgrade one of these classes of units. For now, they are running home. What is he going to do? These knights peel away. They probably wanted to attack those two spearmen, but then thought better of it. Our Aztec does have one relic in his pocket, and his base is fully walled off. No, not fully walled off. I don't think this is fully walled off. Wololos ringing across the map as our Aztec shoos this away. Now, one monk should be enough to scare away a good chunk of this army. Now, will one monk be enough to scare away 20 knights? Probably not. There's that pikeman upgrade. How many spearmen did he have? 8. Now he's going up to 13. But look at the trickle of knights moving south from the Viper. All of his gold is going into these knights. He will take down a town center. He'll massacre a whole bunch of villagers doing so. The archers as well go down. Forging. Not too sure you need forging on pikemen. Probably armor upgrades are better. Not really their attack that matters. It's more their bonus, which should be plus 22 against cavalry. So not too sure you need the extra 1 attack. Probably just want to stick around for a lot longer. And the Viper converts this pikeman as well. So our 4th Aztec town center falls. The Viper is here with 28 army supply. Our Aztec MbL is housed. Man, this has been a recurring theme with MbL of getting housed at very, very bad times. Now he can engage into this army, lose a bunch of pikemen, and clear supply that way. What the hell? I thought this was walled. Yikes, that's not walled at all. Gate being built behind this collapsing barracks so that the Viper can't penetrate the base, and he's trying to. There's a lot of pikemen here. The knights will take this handily, especially if the Viper's monks can get a few conversions, but they're gonna lose a whole bunch of them, and the HP on the remainder will be pretty damn bad. So both players have built armies that really shouldn't be engaging into one another. MbL's army will die. The Viper's army will probably win, but with 5 HP left, it is now 2 relics to none. The Viper synchronized attack. Oh yeah. Oh, is there anything more beautiful in Age of Empires than a synchronized attack between 25 knights? But MbL says, nah, I'm not letting you get this town center, as he runs in. The Viper looks like he lost 2 or 3 knights there. The outline's very hard to see. Chaos erupting underneath the burning town center as villagers try to repair it, get it back up to that 20% mark so that they can garrison inside. If it falls below 20%, you can't garrison units in there. Monks trying to convert, as look at this. One monk is being healed by the other 2. Oh no, the monk dies. Now the second monk will die. No, the Viper backs away. Here he's being pushed away. The Viper just lost way too many knights in that engagement. What's the HP on the remaining? Absolutely terrible. They're down 1/3 of their HP. 1,000 out of 1560. Oh, why is he engaging? At least take the high ground. Loses another monk. No more monks for our Khmer, who now finds himself retreating. So the Viper here really tried to overwhelm this town center, but MbL with the clutch move. Okay, the Viper will pick up one of the least important units at the moment, a random Feudal Age archer. But a bit of a more important unit here. Where are you going, MbL? Says the Viper as he giggles and runs by this villager. I'm assuming at some point he's going to attack this villager. Where was she going? To build a mining camp here? I don't know. In any event, whatever that villager was trying to do, whether outposts for an inevitable backstab or something else, our Aztec is now shoring up his defenses. Army count 39 to 20. Look at the Viper's villager count, though. 49 to 90. He's down half the villagers, and it's not 5 to 10. It is 50 to 93. Yikes. So like I said, this build order, it comes with sacrifices. Nothing in this game is ever, 100% amazing or 100% terrible. Oh my god. 1 conversion, 2 conversion, 3 conversion. How many freaking conversions? 4 conversions. Even if you lose your monks, and you don't, 2 of them are left. That was an absolute epic get there for our Aztec, whose army now triples in size compared to his opponent. And the Viper's last remaining knight on the left side here huffs it the hell back home. And where are these guys going? By the way, what are their upgrades? +1, +2. Not great. The pikemen. Oh, yeah, I know you need to focus on armor upgrades. But this is the issue. When you rush, this is ultimately a game of scarce resources. Age of Empires, at the end of it, is really a game of economics, in my opinion. You have scarce resources, you build bases with it, and using the base, you do whatever production you want to overwhelm your opponent. And MbL, speaking of overwhelming his opponent, realizes that, hey, wait a second, I feel like I have the momentum here. I'm ahead about 20% in score. The Viper's wasting his time. No, here he's not wasting it at all. He's busted into the eastern portion of our Aztec base, and he is going to absolutely wreck a bunch of villagers. But actually, I got really excited there. Did he kill a single villager? I don't think the Viper killed a single villager there. 10 kills, 3 economic. Do you see a dead villager body somewhere here? I certainly don't. Oh, goodness gracious. But in any event, if your opponent rushes you with a 13-minute, 14, 15-minute castle age timing, don't worry too much, because you know your opponent cut a lot of corners doing that. And MbL knows exactly that, right as some of these extra range +1 for free. Oh, and MbL disrespecting his opponent with the outposts. I don't understand why. Don't ask me to explain it, but somehow in Age of Empires, in the current community we have, this is a very big diss. It's like a diss track, you know, Biggie and Tupac here calling each other out here. I don't understand why it's such a big... somebody in the comments let me know. I know it's an insult. It's designed to be like, hey, I'm about to beat your ass. But I don't understand why. Why outposts? I don't get it. To me, this just looks like a good idea. You just get a whole bunch of vision on your opponent's base. I mean, look at what he sees with these outposts. But holy moly, forget the outposts, forget the insults, forget everything. What a fantastic, not the longest game in the world, not the highest kill count game, not even the highest villager kill count game that we've seen, but the Viper tried to rush the hell out of MbL. Did he have like a dinner appointment or something that he had to get to, or a dentist appointment or something, that all of a sudden he was like, you know what, I'm just going to try to end this at the 15-minute mark of the game. That being said, night rushing the Aztecs takes a pretty big set of big swinging Norwegian meatballs, because there's a bunch of reasons. Number one, what do we want to say? The best monks in the game with 95 HP, the strongest at least monks in the game. Maybe not the best, given other civilizations and their their features and technologies, but definitely the strongest with 95 HP. Then all of a sudden you have a civilization that also produces units 11% faster. Now, somebody explained this to me when I started the channel about a year ago. 11%. I was like, why the hell is it 11%? And I forget the exact number, but it's either they can build 10 units at the speed of 9 or 11 at the speed of 10. I don't have the capacity right now to do the mathematics to see which one of those it is, but that's number two. So you're facing off a civilization with the strongest monk. I mean, I'm pointing to this one, but where the hell are the purple monks? And what's their HP right now? 55 HP, because of course, why the hell not? No conversions yet for these two noobs. That's number one. And the monk, as we know, the absolute badass counter to the knight. No devotion out there just yet at the time of playing this game. Number two, like I said, the speedier production of units. And number three, these guys come with a +4 attack bonus eventually. And even though the Aztecs don't get halberdiers, watch them in a deathmatch game and tell me their pikemen are any less weak than a halberdier without that +4 attack. With Garland Wars, they are just an absolute brute of a unit. And so, like I said, the Viper here, either he had to go, he had an appointment somewhere, or he just had the biggest set of meatballs that you've ever seen, and he tried to night rush the Aztecs, which did not work out for him at the end of the day. Let's take a look at the stats. PKPM, nice. Right at the end of the game, the Viper probably microing the hell out of this battle behind the screen here. PKPM for MbL right at the beginning of the game, furiously clicking, queuing villagers, sending sheep to the four corners of the wind. Knights versus pikemen. 54 knights, 72 pikemen. I don't know. I don't know what the exact ratio of pikemen to knights needs to be for them to win. Something tells me the knights beat this, especially the knights with bloodlines and a +1 attack. I mean, I would have loved to see a +2 attack out of him. I would have loved to see a +2 armor out of the Aztec, but you don't always get what you want, as the famous song goes. But I suspect the knights beat this out, even though there's 18 more pikemen. Just something tells me. Economy, what do we think? How much bigger is the Aztec economy? Oh my goodness gracious. What is this, about 30% bigger? He's got all the resources except for gold, which he's down about 800, but without the relics, he'd be down about 1,500. Look at that. The Viper not even wasting a single villager on stone. Less food, a lot less wood. Conversions, 11 Aztec conversions out of an army of 84. Wow, okay, so that's like 13, 14, 15% of the Khmer army became Aztec. 5 out of 107 is about just under 5% of the Aztec army became Khmer, but what an absolute fun game. Kill count, villager kill count, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, not the highest, but there you go. By the way, I'm going to post a link to the Morley build in the description below. If you're interested, check it out, because if you're playing this game, there's really nothing finer than a good build order and hitting Castle Age at the 11. Or I really apologize, Morley, if you actually happen to be watching this at this stage of the video. I do apologize I forget if it's 11 or 12 or even 10. It's 10 to 12 minutes. Something tells me 10 is too low. It's 11 or 12 minutes to get up to Castle Age. I'm going to post a link below, but like I said, it comes with a big sacrifice. The Viper was economically behind the entire game, and even though he showed up here with a big old knight army, they were not able. This was the turning point. He just couldn't get this second town center down. He got this one down before it was rebuilt, but he couldn't get this one down as well, even though I think he came pretty damn close. It was definitely sub 20% HP, which is why he kicked out all of the villagers from inside. But wow, like I said, I mean, I keep going to meatballs, but the balls on the Viper to try to night rush the Aztecs is just something that is pretty damn incredible. And though he managed to do it quite well, MbL, cool as a cucumber, realized what was going on, or maybe didn't, but suspected, put on a whole bunch of feudal aggression for a long ass time, by the way. And those knights, their HP was just so terrible. It was like 50 out of 400 or something like that. It was just absolute terrible HP, which gave MbL the time he needed to mass even more units and then eventually get up to Castle Age. And for a while, it looked a little dicey. He didn't have the pikeman upgrade. His archers were just basic archers with a +1 attack and range upgrade. But eventually, the Aztec war machine kicked in. MbL used it to just pump out a huge army. Look at this. I mean, what the hell? 53 army count, 46 pikemen. You're not countering that with infantry. Now, maybe scorpions, but a little bit too little, a little bit too late. And with this just overwhelming flow of infantry units, it is MbL who stands strong against the Khmer push, is ultimately victorious, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.